Gather round, adventurers bold in the realm where tales unfold. The podcast of heroes, a quest divine, where imagination takes flight. Let's combine. Roll the dice, let the story begin. Monsters and magic, the battles within. From dragons to dungeons, a thrilling ride. Action Surge podcast where legends collide. Action Surge, it's time to embark on a podcast journey where dungeons spark. Venture forth with warriors true in the world of D&D. We welcome you. Action Surge, it's time to embark on a podcast journey where dungeons spark. Venture forth with warriors true in the world of D&D. We welcome you.
Here, let me just repaste it then. There. Does it still say no good deed? Oh, and Tina already just said what she did, and I just double did it. Let me delete mine. I double did it. I'm double dipping. All right. All right. All right. We're almost underway.
Farkas, I don't see Farkas. Yeah, Farkas's token is MIA.
What the heck happened to the other thing now? Dig, nibbit. Oh, there it
roll
is. There's
20.
only that.
Why far out though?
Well, hail and well met, adventurers. Welcome to the that's all, folks. Okay, welcome to the realm of imagination and dice rolls. Action Surge.
Take two.
Where epic tales unfold, dragons breathe fire, and heroes rise against the darkness. Join us as we embark upon a journey through the fantastical world of Dungeons and Dragons. Led by me, Brian Germain, the okayest DM ever, and accompanied by a band of misfit players. Each session promises excitement, laughter, mischief making, and maybe even a touch of danger. So, grab your dice, sharpen your wits, and prepare to immerse yourself in a story where anything is possible. We'll tell tales of valor, weave stories that will echo through the ages, and talk a lot of rubbish, because the action starts now.
Yeah.
Are we live?
We are alive, indeed.
Is it
What was your first clue? Ah.
Hello.
Hello. Did I do that? I'm gonna. Oh, I meant to add another a little photo for the Rise of the Drow, so you could throw that in there on your social media, because the photos will get extra attention or whatever. So I'm gonna do this here, because right now we're gonna use for this week's photo here. I'm gonna throw in.
It's you as a Barbie ballerina.
Me as a Barbie ballerina. Me as ballerina Barbie. No. Shoot, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go now? Oh, here it is. Okay, I see what happened.
Someone's been
Maybe.
listening to way too much Guns N' Roses.
So I'm gonna throw this right in there.
fairness.
This is something interesting I made for the campaign there. John, you'll appreciate it. But it's the wrong campaign. Never mind. Don't use that one. Yeah, hang on. I'll find something else.
Oh, hell yeah!
I'll find something else. Hang on one second. I'll find a Drow type thing to use for Rise of the Drow. You know, it's probably a good idea. You know, we're going to use Alan Durquois. Alan
See if I can
Durquois.
get some. Oh,
I
so
feel-
don't forget, we all had
I feel like Alan Durquois should come in and overshadow all of you as the actual true hero of the adventure later. Just
No,
saying.
screw that guy. He sounds like a
God,
and
Bless
I
it.
should know because I'm the son of a rich asshole. So I should definitely know a dickhead when I hear a name.
yeah, he's only a rich asshole because your mother, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, he definitely should have learned his place at some point, and he
Right.
never did.
Yeah, he should have. He should have been grateful
Yep.
for that dowry.
so the dreams we all had and the visions, motherfucker. Y'all remembering those?
you
Easy
guys,
there, Jay.
do you guys need a recap? Okay, so here's Alan
Yes,
Durquois.
I
You
would
can
love
throw
a recap.
throw him in there. There you go.
Were
Okay.
they good dreams?
They were
Uh,
interesting
good.
dreams, and they
They're-
were more like
they're
nightmares. I
interesting
think.
dreams. Mine was kind of nightmarish, more memberish, I guess, and clues to the
Wasn't it-
past.
Wasn't it like you saw yourself in battle or something like that, or?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
because
battle of the past. How all my guys, all my fellow Minotaurs died and gave me clues to who it was, and
I'm going to be some Dark Souls personal bard. I think that was something like that. That was something along those lines.
Something along those lines. So you know what? We it's been a couple weeks since we've been in, and there's a couple. I'll just kind of go along with the just kind of read through them real quick, maybe if that's.
That'd be
Yep.
awesome.
Would you
We
rather sound good?
review 'em.
Yeah,
Yep,
review
review them for us and our viewers.
and our viewer. Yep, and
Reviewer.
future
Trying to get
people,
bored.
future people, this is for you. All right, so
Like,
let's see who was UA, I believe, was last, but I'll do UA first. His dream was the world around UA is an endless expanse of shadow, suffocating void that presses in from all sides. He tries to move, but his feet sinks into the ground as if the darkness itself is alive, clutching and grasping at his legs. A faint hiss echoes through the distance, growing louder with each breath. UA's heart is thundering in his chest as the sound shifts into a deep guttural growl. Then it appears, a serpent, massive beyond comprehension, coiled and uncoiled in the shadows, its scales slick and black, absorbing what little light remains in the dream world. The creature's eyes gleam in unnatural crimson, burning like embers in its elongated skull, its forked tongue flicked at the air, its sound, the sound sharp like the snap of a whip. UA tries to scream, but his voice is stolen by the oppressive silence. The serpent slithers closer, its movement fluid and hypnotic, its body stretching endlessly into the horizon. Why do you resist? A voice slow and echoing invades his mind. It was neither human nor beastly, but something ancient and malevolent. The serpent's maw twists into what almost resembles a grin. Uh-oh, somebody went off camera.
John.
John, why'd you go off
I'll be
camera?
back.
Oh, he went off completely. Anyway, so
Internet, I tell you.
So basically, this thing's staring me in the face right now, going.
Yeah. Why do you resist? The voice low and echoing invades his mind. It's neither human nor beastly, but something ancient and malevolent. The serpent's maw twists into what resembles a grin, revealing fangs dripping with a dark viscous liquid. It lunges. I know you missed part of that, John. You can catch the recap. The massive head shoots toward him with unnatural speed. UA throws his arms up to defend himself, but the serpent passes through his body, plunging him into a cold, suffocating void. His vision blurs as he spirals downward, endlessly falling through the serpent's form, surrounded by whispers that grow into a deafening roar. And then he awakes, gasping for air, drenched in sweat. His hands tremble as he clutches the pendant around his neck. Its faint glow, a comforting reminder of the waking world. Yet even as he steadies his breath, the image of the serpent lingers in his mind, an omen he can neither explain nor escape. Some of you remembering some of this now?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's very quiet and just kind of like distant ever since then. So Go.
All right. So, does everybody want to hear a recap of their nightmare,
Yep.
or we're good?
Might as well,
Okay.
might as well recap.
Everybody's okay. So Tendris, I think I did them in a reverse order last time, very purposefully. But Tendris, the dream begins in a tranquil forest where emerald leaves shimmer in the sunlight. Tendris stands among the towering trees, their branches swaying gently in the breeze. Birds sing softly in the canopy, and the air is rich of scent moss and blooming flowers. Then the peace shatters. A deafening roar echoes through the woods, shaking the earth beneath her feet. Tendris turns, her heart pounding, to see a green dragon, majestic and terrifying, descending into the clearing. Its scales glisten like polished jade, and its powerful wings beat the air with thunderous force. But it was not alone. From the shadows of the trees emerged figures cloaked in darkness. Drow. Their obsidian skin gleam in the faint light, their silver hair flowing like rivers of moonlight. They move with unnatural grace, and their eyes glow with malice. In their hands are cruel weapons, jagged swords, barbed whips, and bows strung with poisoned arrows. The dragon roars again, a sound that shakes the heavens, but the Drow are unyielding. The attack is won, their movements coordinated and ruthless. Arrows strike the dragon's wings, tearing through the delicate membranes. Blades slice through its scales, drawing streams of shimmering green blood that pool on the forest floor. Tendris could do nothing but watch, her body frozen as if rooted on the spot. She wanted to scream, to intervene, but her voice and limbs betray her. The dragon fights valiantly, unleashing torrents of poisonous gas and snapping its massive jaws at its attackers. For a moment, it seems as though she might prevail. But the Drow were too many, their weapons too sharp, their hatred too deep. With a final heart-wrenching cry, the dragon falls. Its massive body crashes to the ground, shaking the earth, its light in its eyes dim as the Drow surround it, their laughter cold and mocking. One of them, a priestess with a cruel smile, who you recognize as Saral, steps forward and plunges. Steps for. Or no, wait. No, sorry. I don't think it is Saral. I think it's somebody else. Maybe it was. But anyway, steps forward and plunges her blade into the dragon's heart. The forest grows silent, and the birds long since fled. Tinder sank to her knees, her tears streaming down her face. She could feel the dragon's pain as if it was her own. Ancient wisdom and strength fading into nothingness, and then she awakes. Her breath comes in ragged gasps. Her body trembles. She clutches her chest, and the phantom pain of the dragon's death lingering in her heart. Outside, the night was calm, but the dream left a scar, a vision she could not shake, an omen of blood and shadow. Silverhorns. I remember. I didn't save UA was for last time. I saved Apollo for last, and when you guys hear Apollo's again, you'll remember why.
Yep, Apollo's was last time.
So Silverhorns. The dream began in the city Silverhorns called home. A place of towering spires and bustling streets where the clang of hammers and the hum of life fill the air. The warmth of familiarity surrounds him, the faces of those he knew flashing by as they move with purpose. But then the sky darkens. A low rumbling hiss rolled through the air like distant thunder, freezing everyone in their tracks. Silverhorns turned his gaze upward, his glowing eyes narrowing. He spotted a shadow slithering across the horizon. It grew larger, closer, until its form became clear, a giant dark serpent, its coils stretching across the heavens. The creature's scales glistened like black steel, reflecting in the dim light of a sun, now choked by clouds. Its eyes burned with crimson malice, its forked tongue flicked through the air, tasting the fear below. Behind it, an army. From the serpent's shadows poured legions of soldiers clad in dark, jagged armor. Their banners bore the serpent's likeness, their war cries echoing like a thunderstorm. They move as one, a tide of destruction trampling everything in their path. Silverhorns roars, his voice booming over the chaos as he drew his massive great axe. He charged toward the invaders, his hooves shaking the earth with every step. Around him, the defenders of the city rally, their courage shining even in the face of despair. The battle was fierce. Silverhorns fought with all the strength of his warforged body, his axe crashing into enemy ranks, scattering soldiers like leaves in a storm. But for every foe he felled, two more took their place. Above the serpent loomed, watching, cold, calculating. And then it struck. Its massive body coiled downward, smashing through the spires and walls, scattering defenders like insects. Its jaws opened wide from within. Spilled a torrent of black fire, consuming everything it touched. Silverhorns watched in horror as his comrades, his city, everything he fought to protect were reduced to ash. He charged the serpent, his axe raised high, a desperate roar tearing from his throat. But the serpent's tail lashed out, striking him with the force of a collapsing mountain. Silverhorns was flung backwards, crashing into the rubble of a fallen tower. Struggling to rise, his vision flickers, his body groaning under the weight of his injuries. The serpent loomed over him now, its massive head blotting out the sky. "You cannot stop the inevitable," it hissed, its voice a cold whisper that echoed through his mind. The serpent struck, its fangs descending like twin spears. Silverhorns wakes with a start, his glowing eyes flaring bright in the darkness of his quarters. His metal body's cold, servos trembling as if from a chill. The dream lingers, vivid and unshakable, a vision of destruction and despair that gnaws at his very core. Alright, and Slag. The dream begins with warmth and cheer. Slag's in a bustling tavern, the air alive with the hum of conversation, clinking mugs and the cackle of a roaring hearth. He stands on a small stage, his voice filling the room as he sings a lively ribald tune. Patrons cheer and they clap along, their faces lit with joy and the flush of drink. The lanterns above cast a golden glow over the scene. For a moment, Slag feels at peace, a star in the center of a lively chaos. He raises his mug, his voice booming, "To friends and fortune, to laughter and ale, raise your glass high, let your troubles set sail." The room erupts in applause. Slag grins wide, but then the room goes quiet. The noise didn't fade. It was stolen, snatched away as if by an unseen hand. The patrons freeze in mid-cheer, their expressions twisted into a mask of fear. Slag looks around, confusion gnawing at his joy, and his voice trails off into silence. A shadow falls over the tavern. The walls tremble, tankards rattling on tables. A low bone-chilling hiss fills the air. Slag's ears twitch as he turns toward the sound, his heart pounding. With a deafening crash, the roof of the tavern was torn away. Splinters rain down like jagged snow. Above looms a massive dark serpent, its scales gleaming like polished obsidian in the pale light of the blood-red moon. Its eyes burn with a malevolent glow, and its fangs, each longer than a great sword, glisten with venom. The serpent's head snakes down through the shattered roof, its massive form coiling ominously around the tavern. Slag stumbles back, his once steady voice caught in his throat. The patrons scatter, screaming. The serpent's hiss turns to a deep, guttural growl. "Sing for me," it whispers, its voice slithering into Slag's mind like a blade through silk. Slag shakes his head, his hands trembling. "What do you want?" he stammers, his usual bravado shattered. "Sing." The serpent's command echoes louder, shaking the very foundation of the tavern. Slag opens his mouth, his voice quivering as he tries to comply, but no melody comes, only a faint, broken hum. The serpent's mouth curled into a cruel semblance of a smile. It lunged, its massive jaws open wide, poised to swallow him whole. Slag screams and awakes. His heart thunders in his chest, and his fur is damp with sweat. Fur? I don't know why I did that last time too. He said, I didn't fix that.
Not telling us.
His fur damp with sweat. He sat up, gasping, the faint echoes of the serpent's hiss still ringing in his ears. The memory of the dream lingers, a sharp, jagged shard in his mind, leaving him questioning its meaning and warning. And Farkas
I don't like spiders and snakes.
Farkas was a good one. Farkas's mind swirled in a haze, his body burning with a fever as he drifted in and out of consciousness. Shapes and colors twist around him, forming a dreamscape both absurd and menacing. He finds himself in a vast rolling field of catnip. The vibrant green stalks swaying like waves in an unseen breeze. The sweet, intoxicating scent fills the air, overwhelming his senses and pulling him forward. Farkas drops to his knees, paws eagerly swiping at the leaves. He rubs his face against them, purring uncontrollably, his feverish mind drowning in euphoria. But the euphoria doesn't last. The sky above has began to darken, the sun swallowed by swirling clouds of black and crimson. The field of catnip withered in an instant, the stalks curling to ash beneath his touch. Farkas stumbles back, his paws now coated in soot. A low sibilant hiss echoes through the void, sending a chill down his spine. He turns, his fur standing on end, as a massive serpent slithered into view. Its scales shimmered like liquid shadow, its eyes glow an eerie green, at the same shade as the now dead catnip. The serpent loomed above him, impossibly large, its body coiling around the scorched field, its forked tongue flicked out, tasting the air, as a sinister smile seemed to form on its scaled face. "You reek of it," the serpent hissed, its voice reverberating through Farkas's mind. Farkas staggers back, his claws digging into the cracked earth. "Reek of what?" he shouted, his voice cracking with panic. "Weakness." The serpent replies, its words dripping with venom. "You drown in your own vices, little one. Do you think the world will stop you, or stop for your foolish indulgence?" The serpent lunges, its head descending like a lightning strike. Farkas tries to run, but his legs feel heavy. The ground itself is clinging to him. He screams as the serpent's jaws snap shut around him. Then he's falling. The world twists again, and he lands in a swirling vortex of catnip leaves and green fire. Laughter, deep and mocking, echoed around him as he spun endlessly, the serpent's glowing eyes watching from the void. Farkas woke with a start, his body trembling, his fur damp with sweat. There we go. The room around him was still, but the phantom scent of catnip and the serpent's voice lingered, coiling in his mind like an unshakable shadow. All right, and I believe that's everybody but Apollo, right? Yeah,
I believe so.
Yep. So I'm going to do Apollo. So. Apollo, last but not least, and this is why. Apollo found himself standing on a vast battlefield beneath a blood-red sky. The air crackles with the tension of impending war. The earth trembles beneath the weight of marching armies. As he looked down at himself, he realized he was clad in Adric's armor, a suit of gleaming steel adorned with the intricate runes pulsing faintly with an otherworldly light. The weight of the armor feels unfamiliar but empowering, as if it carried the strength of centuries. In his hand was a massive warhammer, its head radiating a golden glow that promised both destruction and salvation. Behind him stretched the army of Balkan's soldiers, gritty, hardened warriors, bearing the banners of their homeland, their faces painted with determination, their weapons gleaming in the dim light. They looked to Apollo as their leader, their beacon of hope. But he was not alone. Beside him loomed a great serpent, its form magnificent and terrifying. The creature's scales shimmered with hues of emerald and obsidian, and its eyes blazed with intelligence and ferocity. It coiled and uncoiled with restless energy, its massive body stretching far into the distance. When it opened its mouth, its fangs gleamed like ivory daggers, and its hiss resonated like a battle cry. Before them lay the enemy, a vast army of war-forged minotaurs, their metallic bodies gleaming under the crimson sky. Their movements were mechanical and precise, their weapons extensions of their own unrelenting purpose. They marched in perfect unison, their eyes glowing coldly, devoid of mercy. Apollo raised his hammer high, the runes on Adric's armor flaring with a blinding light. His voice echoed across the battlefield, powerful and commanding. "Rebalkans! Today we fight not for survival, but for dominance! Stand strong! With Serpent at our side, we shall crush this tide of soulless machines and show the world our might!" The Rebalkan army roared in response, their cries shaking in the heavens. The serpent hissed, coiling upward like a living tower, its massive form casting a shadow over the battlefield. Then the clash began. The warforged minotaurs charged, their mechanical roars echoed like grinding metal. But Apollo and his army met them with unyielding force. He swung his hammer with a devastating power, each strike obliterating multiple foes. The serpent slithered through the enemy ranks, its jaws snapping shut around entire clusters of minotaurs, its tail sweeping through them like a hurricane. The battlefield was chaos, the sparks from shattered metal bodies, blood and fire mingling at the heat of war. The Rebalkans fought with unmatched ferocity, their spirits lifted by Apollo's unrelenting presence. Apollo felt an intoxicating rush of power as as the tide turned in their favor. He stood atop a hill of fallen foes, the serpent rearing beside him, its roar shaking the very ground below. The warforged minotaurs faltered, their lines breaking as the Rebalkans surged forward, relentless and merciless. The dream swelled with a sense of triumph, but also a dark undercurrent. As Apollo looked at the carnage, he felt the strange pull in his chest. Pride, yes, but somehow deeper, more primal, more unsettling. He raised his hammer for the final blow, the serpent coiling tighter around him, its presence both empowering but suffocating. And then he awoke. His heart pounded in his chest. His breath came in ragged gasps. The echoes of the battlefield faded, but the sensation of the armor, the hammer, and the serpent's presence lingered like a shadow over his soul. Da-da-da-dum!
Holy shit, guys.
And now it's been most of a day since then, since you had those dreams. You guys have been searching. You guys have basically cleaned out this thing. You guys are searching in part of the Farkas and UA are searching in part of the thing that is the noble area, and I think you've gotten down whatever you guys found already. Correct? I believe.
What do you mean, gotten down?
Like you've written down whatever you've found. Like you found things in there already.
Oh yeah. Let me. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
coffers of coin, platinum, gold, and silver.
I
Yeah.
was writing down everything that got found. So
Yeah,
you don't have to
and the
remember.
dye molds. Yep, you found those. The ornate battle axe. Yep, okay. Let's see. Yep, bone dice, worn symbols, glove with writhing vines. Okay, yeah. So you guys find all this stuff. Are you guys going to rejoin each other, like back on like the lower thing? Or are you guys going to join them up in the upstairs? Like, are the people from upstairs coming downstairs, or the downstairs going upstairs?
Well, let me.
Yeah, I mean you're all already upstairs, but there's a third floor, like a little.
Yeah. So Farkas and I, as far as I know, are still down in that room, the master's chambers and whatnot. Everybody else is upstairs. I guess I figured that once UA was done.
Farkas, your token is right here, by the way.
Yep, I know where it's
that's
at.
fine.
I'm looking right at it.
Okay.
So.
I figured he would start wandering that way, and if they don't all come down, he'll eventually make it up there.
Okay, so same thoughts with you guys, or would you guys just like once you guys discover the maps and that what you found up there, would you guys just turn around and come back down?
Yeah, we'd probably. At least I would. If once we discovered there was nothing else upstairs.
Yeah, so I think you would like meet somewhere halfway. I don't remember where the central steps are. I think it's right here, but I'm not positive. Let me see. Yeah, that's it right there. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds good.
All right, let me drag you guys over there. So you guys basically kind of all meet back up right around the bottom of the, like right as you're coming into the hallway from the steps, and I'm gonna bring Farkas over there and UA and Saral. Okay, so you guys basically all meet back up, you know, in the central area of this floor, and you guys know that there's another floor below because that's the floor that you started off on. As you guys are there, and you guys are talking amongst yourselves, you hear a noise come from, like, over in this general direction. Like, and you think it's from this way, like, you know, up around the corner, and it's a loud kind of crashing noise, and then you hear like hard footsteps, like somebody's running towards you.
So my character's reaction would be to just have some spell ready, but I don't have a spell ready, so he's ready to fight.
Okay.
I'll have myself ready.
I mean,
Okay.
do I-
So
do
you
I
guys are
have
gonna
to
ready.
do
You
it
guys are
ready?
basically going. Yeah. You guys have a second to ready.
Okay.
So-
let me
Yeah.
fight.
I'm
I'll
sorry.
ready.
All right, wait. I would just gotten the map realigned. So which
Oh,
direction?
sorry.
Is this
It's coming from this direction, which you know is like where the downstairs like stairs are, like going from up this way. You can see that, right? The arrow. Yes. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's coming from that direction, and you know that's like from. So something could be coming up from downstairs, or something that you didn't see could have been up here, but like why it hadn't revealed itself until now, you'd be kind of like hard pressed to explain, I guess. You know. At least I, the DM, would be hard pressed to explain why, unless they were invisible and like they were gonna ambush attack or something like that. But could be, which could also be, but. Regardless, you hear some noise. It's definitely the sound of somebody running toward you, or toward this direction.
So, a Eldritch Blast, which is going to pop a cap in somebody's ass if they come around the corner looking all like attacky. Doesn't make any sense. Fuck it, it's Yue. He's probably just gonna zap whoever comes around.
You're gonna ready an attack to zap whoever comes around the corner.
Yeah. May not be the best idea, but that's what he would do.
All right. Anybody else?
Already
Yeah,
hand axe
Brian,
Yeah.
to
is there
throw
a
at
chance
him.
to scoot to where this door is?
Can you scoot to there before it happens? Yeah, you could. You could probably do that. Yeah, it's only it's 35 feet, but if you use your feline agility, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna duck in that door.
Okay.
Right there.
Do you want me to open the door for you? Here, I'll open it so that way you can at least
Hey,
see
like-
through it.
Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming you're gonna kind of open it. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, kind of open to heaven,
Like
so I can
peeking
look out
through?
the
Yeah.
hallway.
Yeah. So you got like 3/4 cover, and
Yeah.
and you're heavily obscured essentially. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So okay. All of a sudden, from around the corner, you see this guy. Are you gonna attack him?
Eldritch Blast is gonna go off. He doesn't care. He's indiscriminate.
Fair enough.
What
It-
the?
it-
What the hell?
he
What the hell are you doing?
He just hears somebody coming. He goes, so let me.
We're a little gun shy.
We're gun shy. We're grumpy. It's been a long day.
You need a Snickers.
Oh God, I guess he does need a
That's
Snickers.
right. Had a bad dream last night.
Had a really bad.
Lack of sleep.
Okay, so go ahead and do the Eldritch Blast. It should be in the middle of your sheet probably. Okay.
Yeah, forgive me. The
Freaking
things are slow right now. Core. I had to.
Come
What?
on.
Oh, that was my to hit.
Yep. So 25 to hit, so that definitely hits. And
I ignored the Mage Blade because it's a cantrip, so you don't get that.
You have to.
Just the 8 force.
okay, 8 force. Okay.
Oh,
This
wait
guy-
a minute. That's 2 beams at 5th level. That's okay. We'll just do 1 beam. 1 beam.
Okay. He goes flying back slightly, and falls onto the ground, and he is basically just like laying there like, no, please. And you see that you notice that like after the fact, after you fired off the Eldritch Blast and whatever, that this dude is kind of covered in blood, and like your Eldritch Blast did not help whatsoever. And he looks like he is way worse for the wear, and he like you can see he's struggling to like turn over slowly. And he says,
Oh,
and he's holding his hand up like this. No, please, like he's putting his hand up, like that. So
somebody better go heal him.
do you have a healer?
All right. Yeah, we do.
Slag.
Hold on a sec.
Slag is the closest thing to
I
healer.
think so.
Well,
I think so.
Yue can heal too, although
Oh,
nobody knows it. So
gotcha.
He's getting ready to tip his hand.
Well,
here.
yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, but the slag
might
is
get
like,
there quicker.
gee, Jiminy Christmas, gee. Yeah, and I'll throw a good old heal on him. Healing Void
Healing Void. Okay.
might actually have
Void.
some information. And first thing we do is kill him. Did that click? Come on. Right, I'll have to do it. It didn't do on my macro. I'll have to go and do one. That's okay.
You and your macros.
Me and my
For
macros.
Macros the Black.
That should work. No, all it's do is explaining it. Oh, we cannot, because it involves characters with different types of character sheets. Oh, it's because I haven't updated my. Probably.
No, it should still work off of 2014.
Well, it's not letting it. So it's what? It's a D4 plus 4.
For Healing Word, I don't know. We should say on the spell sheet, but probably.
Yeah, if it popped up, it would. Yeah.
Oh, you
I
mean
think it's
your
D4
character
plus 4.
sheet's not popping up?
Oh, my character sheet is, but it's
Oh.
as far as being able to. Hold on. This,
And you're launching off your
Well,
center
well-
sheet, not your spell sheet, right? You're launching off your
Your
core.
spellcasting ability modifier.
No. I'm saying your core sheet, your core sheet. You're doing
I
the
am.
Healing Word off
I am,
there, and it's
sir.
not. We cannot
No, but I
process
get the- we
chat
cannot
action because
process
it
this
involves
action.
characters with different types of character sheets. What? Please select the character. Please select characters that have the same type of character sheet. What? I don't
I think
understand. Hold on one
Roll20
second.
Is
Is drunk?
It's more
Yeah.
more advanced. Yeah, it's drunk. Like I said, I think it's. Come on.
So are we doing the
Okay,
Player's
won't do
Handbook
a damn
version or
thing.
the 2024 version?
What?
There's two
I've got-
different versions
I have-
of Healing Word.
Are they the same?
One is the 2024
Apparently not.
version.
Yeah, but are they the
2d4
same?
No,
Okay.
2d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier is the 2024 version. The other version, the Player's Handbook version, is 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
All right, let's go with that. 1d4 plus spellcasting ability. Yeah, well, I don't know why. Hold on, I'm gonna have to figure out why that is. Why it's.
And you can upcast it. if you want to.
Well, you know what? I'm not the one that wounded
Let me
him.
try
I'm just gonna
this.
Take him from death's door. Plus, add
Hey,
4 to that.
If
Eight.
y'all gripe at him enough, he'll walk over and do something.
So he gets
Right now
he gets 8 back from me. So, and plus whatever else you
Alright.
want to do.
We just need him alive. You don't have to
Okay, let
I
me
would
try something real
appreciate
quick.
to Go down near him.
make him.
See if it does the same thing. Nope. Yep. Still does the same thing. Weird. Okay. Anyway. Well, that's not gonna be good. Yeah, I guess you have to. I guess it's trying to say. I guess Roll20 is it doesn't do this in any other game, but Roll20 I think is trying to say that you either have to use the 2014 or the 2024. Which is okay. It kind of makes sense, but hold on, let me see something real quick. Oh wait, let me try.
Well, I haven't updated.
Oh, no, that
It's
feels
at the
kind of weird for some
2014.
reason.
What's up?
Feels kind of weird for some reason, but I don't know why.
What feels kind of
It
weird?
might just be. It might just be a me thing.
What feels
Oh,
weird?
the roll 20?
It forcing you to do one or the other when other things don't. It might just be a me thing though.
Well, not to mention the character sheet is not working correctly. It's not. It's got a slider on it. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. Thunderwave. Let's see. Healing Word here. Let's see. Does it work off there? Let's just try. Did it work? Yep, it did. Okay, so it worked off your 2024 sheet, but then that's also a different setup.
All right, I guess I go in. I have got to go. Other time, I have to go in and use the 2024 one and load everything in there.
It's weird. Shouldn't be that way.
So
It's not that way in any of my other games.
Rich broke it.
Yeah, well,
yeah, I broke it.
it happens.
Give me inspiration for it.
Inspiration. All right, so okay, so he gains back 8. You said
Yeah.
Yeah, that was with my version.
All right, so he's back up to full now. Yes, UA was 1 point away from killing him.
Yeah, my third one. Woohoo!
Okay, so you heal him. You heal him, and he stands up somewhat shakily. Still covered in blood, some of which you can tell was his own. And he says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I come for your help. You're the ones who rescued us." And you recognize him as one of the people that was down in the area where all the prisoners were kept. He says, when you left and we were leaving, we were attacked and overwhelmed by a couple Drow, and while many of us overwhelmed him and killed him, he still killed many of us before that happened. He said, "There's probably only about half of us left, but we're all in hiding." And he says, "I came to get your help and let you know that one of them got away, and so they will invariably come back."
Oh, the moon shard's
That's
not
not
here.
good.
Let's go.
He says, "Please."
He's like, I'm done. Let's leave.
He says, "But please, we need your help. We're just, plain folk. We can't. Rebalka is weeks away. Well, is a week away. Is a week away. And he's like,
Oh, they'll be all right.
says we'll certainly die on the road."
Week away, a week away, a week away. A week... Sorry.
In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm a bard. I just make everything a song.
So UA is thinking, well, Sorrel would probably recognize at least that dead Drow and maybe has some information about him. But then again, the moon shard isn't here, and she probably isn't going to know who this peon is because he's just a soldier. Is it really going to be worth my time?
Oh, look, Rowdy.
So he's kind of like.
Rowdy Tingle says he can get us
You
viewers.
can see him thingy.
I just banned him instead.
Oh.
I just banned him instead. All right.
Oh, dude,
Good
let him
move.
come back. I want to be like, show us your tits, then we can get viewers, right?
Yeah, right. There you go.
Hey, Brian, go for it.
I'll do it.
No.
I'll show it. I'll show it.
Not until you get the crop top and the big bear.
All right. So
I need at least a 5-minute warning so I can not be in front of my monitor.
Be like,
You know you want to see the titties.
Okay, yeah. So
Starring.
UA will just kind of nudge Saral and just kind of like you know anything about that? Like people that would come attack, or Vanguard, or who might have been out running around.
well, I'm not understanding the question. Ask me again, real quick.
Oh, yeah. So UA wants to know if Saral might have any information.
Oh, so you're asking Saral. Okay.
Yeah, he just kind of gives her a bit of an elbow and a look and a.
She's like, of course there were Drow all over. She says we were here. We were encroached in this castle. She says they will be back. You know this. She says you know.
Obviously.
She says like my time, your time is limited. She says it doesn't matter if you kill me at this point. They've had the moon shard. It doesn't matter. She says you may kill me, but they will surely hunt you down and destroy you.
It's like, do you think I care about saving Revolka?
No, not Rebalkans. The other Drow. They will hunt you down and destroy you.
Over you? Don't think so highly of yourself.
No. Over. They are. The house.
Over this,
The city of Holoff is sort of a revenge-minded city.
That sounds fun. Ooh, do you think we can start a war?
You don't think we have already?
No. This is too small scale. We need something big.
Yes, we need something big. We need to know who Hola's enemy is.
I'm gonna kind of curl a lip at Sorrel and go, just so you know, the body count is highly not in your favor at the current moment. You guys kind of suck.
She says, you've killed a few dozen.
Yeah?
She says, what is that compared to an entire city full of my kin, my brethren, my
I
sisters?
say we'll find out.
Badass
Well,
people.
well, being that we killed that dozen without a swipe, I mean...
He says, perhaps you got lucky and caught us unaware. Which by
Supposed to be in character,
which-
by the way.
yes, but which by all reckoning you actually did get lucky and catch them all unaware.
I
You,
don't care if we
they
don't
were
know
all
anymore.
sleeping when you got here, so you know, or in
She
their
does not
trance
need to know
thing.
that.
But to be fair,
She would already know that because she would have been in sleeping too, or whatever, trance too, or whatever, you know.
All she needs to know is that we came here to do two things.
But she was with you
bubble
guys,
gum
but she
and
would have
kick
been.
some ass.
We kicked some ass, right? And we're all out of
we're
bubble
all
gum. Oh, shoot.
I mean, Farkas
Nothing
is
else
dealing
is
with
important for her to know.
Yeah. Farkas is dealing with these Drow. He's not been highly impressed. Supposedly he's supposed to be they're really skillful at stealth and whatnot, and he's been sneaking up on them left and right. He's like, okay, whatever.
And Apollo has the arrogance of a baby. Since
Like the one I
apparently
kicked off
21
the
is a
cliff.
baby
I
for a
was
half
like,
elf.
"Oh, I know."
Well, and also,
Is there any comparison? You're a cat.
I was going to say, and also, Farkas just doesn't realize, how preternaturally stealthy he is.
Yeah.
Right? He just thinks he's good. It's like, no, honey, you're a cat.
It's like you've heard. He's probably heard legends and rumors and such of these Drow being supernaturally stealthy, and he's like, it doesn't seem like so much, you know.
Now I want to see Farkas do
He's
this without.
like, these guys ain't all that cracked up to be. Like, come on.
Now,
Is it weird that I now want to see Farkas do all this without being on drugs?
of course, Farkas is so drugged up half the time that he's so stealthy. He doesn't realize that when he's so stealthy, not even he can see himself. Is like he's just like, yeah.
So
This is a normal thing.
So what we're saying is, this is the legend of the catnip master.
The story of the catnip ninja is true.
It was right there. I had to do it, especially since I saw that movie the other night.
I'm
He
liking
says-
it.
He says, the guy with you. He says, my name is Kivan. I've also got my friend Mia of Embla, and my I think it's his wife. Hang on, I believe it's his wife, Alexandria. La, 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 la. It's Alexandria. Anyway, I think it's his wife. Yeah. He says, and my wife Alexandria are with the others. So he says, come, I will take you to the secret passage.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The other guys that were in our group, the NPCs, they were only supposed to come with us to the castle here, right?
Yeah, they left.
You mean who do you mean? You mean the Minotaur guy?
Gregor and
Oh, Gregor and them. Yeah, they left. Gregor
left.
gave a speech and said how they were going back to Rebelka to warn the Rebelkans that the Moon Shard has gotten away, and so on and so forth, and that they would leave, and that they would either go get help and meet you wherever they needed to meet you, or they would support you from afar. At this point, is what they're gonna go. Yay, you're doing great. No, anyway. But yeah, so they all took off. Yeah.
And be-
Partially for story reasons, and partially because you guys all had an extra character to run.
Yeah, it was getting a little something something.
It was a little unwieldy.
Okay.
It was a little unwieldy, but also story reasons. They go back to, you know.
I don't. Marcus doesn't want to sound like a presumptuous ass.
But he's going to sound
Oh, but
like
you
a
do it so well.
Usually when somebody says that, that's right before they sound like a presumptuous ass.
Oh, I don't think we're well equipped to be handling a bunch of former POWs and babysitting them. I go, that's just not who we are.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
He says, listen. He says, I am Kivan Gallican, and the Gallican estate is only 40 miles from here. We should be able to make that in 2 or 3 days. Possibly. He says, but Rebalka is over a week away. If you can get us to the Gallican estate, then we can hold up there, and you guys can do whatever it is you need to do. And we have supplies for you there for, to feed you and, and such. And he says, food and lodging is no problem. He says, but we will never make it on our own.
In what direction? Is it kind of in the general direction that we would need to go to where the moon shard possibly went? Or is it like backtrack?
It's hard for you to know. He says it's to the southeast, and it's hard for you to know. But here, let me pull up this map here. Where is the?
So to be completely honest, we need to get the hell out of here anyways.
Yeah.
And we
don't need to be here anymore.
We don't really know which way we want to go yet. So that might be a very good and smart option to.
Well,
They might pay us very
we
well.
found I remember last session we found something with a map with a place that we thought might be good. At least I was looking upstairs.
I will go back over that map real
Stop
quick
it.
because I believe bless you. I believe that that the map had the Gallican estate listed on it.
Yeah, I might be misremembering last session, but I thought we had some possible story threads there and ideas.
Yeah, there was a marked location on there that was important to you guys. Hold
I
on.
think I recognized it with a history check, or am I misremembering?
No, I think you are correct. Hold on one second. I just gotta find the map here real quick.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm not crazy.
Well,
you are
that I
crazy.
can't help you with because
You're not a licensed therapist? Damn, I lied to myself this whole time.
Well, licenses are they're overrated anyway.
Wait, you mean
I
you're not
gave-
a
I-
therapist?
I gave him a piece of paper that said license on it.
He also wears a crop top. Okay, so you go.
All of which
Anywhere
are
you want
better
with that.
qualifications than my last therapist, because my last therapist just insulted me every 5 seconds.
What?
I was in,
19.
middle school at that.
That shit.
So, grown-ass man insulting a 12-year-old kid.
We
That's therapy.
That's fine.
me and a friend of mine retired one. Anyway, so evidence. The map scale prevents it from showing anything but the general details of the terrain, but it goes into great detail of the Drow activity, showing Thazasta's recent raids, Rebalka, and the plans for a nearby outpost being established in a ruin labeled as Krelgar Keep. And I'm trying to pull up that map right now real quick, the area map. Wherever the hell that went. Where'd it go, man?
So I mean, it might be worth. This guy might know something about the map. I will say this
Right.
though, UA is not going to speak up because he was not
I-
there on that little rooftop thing. So when you guys found it, he wasn't. He has no idea you have it.
Going to take
Neither
a
was Marcus. He doesn't know anything about the map.
quick be right back break.
Okay, let's all do that while I find this other map, maybe.
Hey,
All right, and then we can almost appear like we know what we're doing.
hey, it's been a month. Okay, we're just kind of redoing it.
Hey, you know what the Doyles are famous for, right? Being rednecks.
Oh no! Oh,
No,
I thought they were famous for
Serious, yeah, seriously, yeah, that too. But so now we're live again. But so what the Doyle's actually famous for? Back in the day, I don't know what year or whatever, but Vikings, of course, came in and were going to try to take over, and they were outnumbered about, I don't know, like 300 to 1, and they had no idea what they were going to do. So what somebody came up with is they were going to stampede cows over the Vikings, and they did, and they won that way.
yep.
And they stampeded cows over the Vikings. So it's like it worked.
one of the benefits of livestock.
Which my uncle Bob Doyle, who was also a cattle farmer.
No, I mean that dude from the bar. That dude I met at the bar. Even though that was weird, he was actually pretty cool. It was just that one being mad on behalf of me.
Okay, you see the map, right? You guys can see the map.
Yep.
Okay, so let me do. Okay, let me do a little bit smaller font for this one. Okay, so this here. Okay, you see Adric's Folly at the top, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
this was. I'm gonna call this Last Supper. This is where you burnt the thing, the thing down in its cabin. The thing that was
That's what that is.
that was pretending to be a goblin or whatever, or
Oh yeah.
It was a bar guest, and it was.
Yeah, and it was a bar
Gray
guest.
And,
Yeah.
Gregor.
you and Gregor burnt the cabin down, and Thyron was inside again.
Yeah, with all of us
Wait, was
inside.
that the
Yeah.
one with the,
Yeah, y'all were inside.
Yeah, and
was that the one with the weird booth scholar?
the weird what?
Yeah, we had the Minotaur Scholar.
The cow scholar?
The Minotaur Scholar.
The Minotaur Scholar was what you found him between there and Adric's Folly, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
You found him before there, I think, even maybe.
Yeah, he was with us at that point in time.
Yeah, because I think you found him just after the temple, which
The base of that big cliff.
Yeah.
this right here, this is the Jarl Yurid's tomb. Jarl Yurid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
That's where you got the giant ornate axe off the wall, and there was actually a magical axe, I think, that somebody got there, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a magical axe. I don't know. Maybe just the giant ornate axe. Regardless.
Yeah.
So the Gallican estate, you can see here on the map, is here. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So we've kind of gone past it already.
Yeah, you've already went past it, but you guys went up through the woods and back to the road on this side, and you guys have been all over. But if you zoom way out on the map, you can see that Rabalka isn't even on this map.
Right.
It is from where you guys are right now. It is
On the bottom, south.
125 feet away. It should be just a walk there. I don't know. No, but it is like that is probably like, it's a week away anyways. But yeah, it's not even on the bottom of the map. It's like off the map essentially. The Gallican estate was here, and I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to find out where Krelgar Keep is. Hang on one second. So I can give you that because you guys do have a map now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yar.
The ruins of Krelgar Keep.
Arr, matey.
Doesn't it sound like a pirate word? I am Kralgar.
Krelgar.
Steve the pirate signs
With
off
6,
on it.
with 2 K's and 3 G's and a lot of
Krelgar, and my keep is built right on top of my ship.
Yeah.
Right on the ocean.
Why is Krelgar a pirate all of a sudden? I don't understand. He just sounds like a pirate? Is that his name sound like a pirate?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
It's canon now.
Woo.
That's a pirate name if I ever heard.
Pirate lore.
They said I was
Great-
daft for
great,
building
John.
on top
Great.
of me boat.
Great, John, because he's a pirate, and because you had to do that now, instead of canon being that he was there at that keep ruins like 100 years ago, it has to be like 15 million years when there was actually water this far inland, you know?
Well, there is a river nearby.
Yes, but that river wasn't pirate worthy.
He was. It's a river pirate.
This is back
We're
when
gonna
the
get there. It's gonna be a very small keep. It's gonna be like a dollhouse.
right.
That's me keep. I keep it with me at all times.
It fits in me pocket.
Hold on.
It's magical. I can take it out and it grows.
So it's Liam's
John.
tiny hut. Oh, we went different ways on that, did we?
It's Jarl's.
Tiny hut.
It's a fortress. Whatever that one was.
Mansion? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the magical mansion. Yeah. It's the one that's the magic item. And not a spell.
I think we should.
So
head
have we
there.
decided? Have we decided to go along with this gentleman and head and harken on off to the Galkin estate?
I have decided to.
I believe
it
that-
would be in my nature to go in and take this guy to his estate, since that sounds like there's money there.
Sounds like there's money there.
Yue is for it because he thinks it's be a good place to regroup, and obviously can't stay there. So,
Well,
and he's also thinking about how he wants to kill Thrall, but we'll get to that later.
Good place to perform.
Yeah.
So
And I might be able to find out some information about the past, because there may be books there
maybe.
in history.
When did you read?
Dude, Silverhorns can read?
Yeah, exactly. Silverhorns can read.
Well, maybe not. Oh, you guys can. That's why I have you with me.
Silverhorns is gonna
He can
come
still
up
find
and
out
give you
information.
advice
He
and
can,
go, "Will you read me a bedtime story?"
he can still find out information by proxy. If somebody else gets that information and gives it to him, it's still him finding it out.
he just hit level 8. Maybe he dumped a couple points in intelligence and he can now read.
Are we level 8? I'm still level 7. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, level
I got
7.
nothing.
You scared
Can't
me,
see
Rich.
me, but I'm just kind of like waving my hand like I'm gonna say something profound, only to realize
Oh, there you
I
go.
got nothing.
Okay, Adix Folly. Oh, okay, yeah. And yeah, and the different things like the white dots on the map here. Like these little white dots are different encounters you had.
Right.
Like
I'll be talking to this Kelly guy or whatever. I'll be like, "Do you have books at your place? Or scrolls?"
did you call him Kali, Dark Earth Mother? Is it?
No, I said Kelly
Oh, Kelly.
guy.
Kelly.
Kelly guy.
You've been talking about Irish too long. I thought it was Mr.
Hi,
Churchill.
Rich,
Mr. Churchill, you've been talking about the Irish far too long. Anyway, so okay. His name is
Dark Earth
his name
Mother.
is Kevin Gallican.
Oh,
It does.
Kevin,
Gallican does
Kevin.
sound kind of like an Irish name, though, right? Kevin, yeah.
Kevin.
Kevin and Kyle. So yeah. So okay, they take you downstairs. You meet the rest of the commoner people that were with them. From Rubalka. Some of them you had probably seen at the church. And then of course the ones basically the ones you had rescued, and then you also meet Alexandria, his wife, and Mia of Embla.
People I didn't kill.
And they're all basically nobles.
See, these nobles should be able to read.
Yeah, they can all read. Yeah.
See.
See? So smug.
See, I can't read, but they can. Okay, so most of the commoners that are there are also injured. You can heal them, he says, but Kavan says that the trek to the Gallican estate will probably take about 3 days. He says, but he thinks that you should leave before the Drow return in force.
Who's got healing cantrips?
There's no healing cantrips.
Dang it.
Done that way on purpose.
Where they're gonna slow
Yeah.
us down.
I mean, this isn't whatever 3.5 or whatever has the just slight bit of.
I think Goodberry was a cantrip in an older edition.
I think Goodberry was a cantrip, yeah.
Then we can always bang each of them.
How many of these
Yeah.
people are so injured they can't walk?
All of them can walk, and all of them, regardless of how well they can walk, will try to walk because they fear the Drow coming back while they're just staying here more than they fear walking.
Do we have wagons or horses?
No.
We can hook Sorala up to a wagon.
Where'd you get? Where would there be wagons or horses? Like,
Are we at Adric's Folly?
yeah, you are, but I mean,
Well,
They
there-
might have stables.
Yeah.
it does have a stable. You guys looked in it, remember?
Okay. I was just wondering if
Okay.
they left any.
I know it's been a while,
Hor-
but you looked in the stables. There was no horses in there.
Okay, I didn't remember if there was any horses or wagons or anything left.
And thus far, the only Drow that anyone has ever seen riding anything or with a mount was
Or the big
Farkas, and nope, they weren't big lizards. It was a spider.
Oh, okay.
They're hard. They're hard to ride. Yeah, they're hairy and they slip right off.
Are there any carts for the more injured, so the healthier people can pull them in carts?
The healthier people would be you, and maybe anybody else who's really strong. Is there anybody who's really strong? Apollo, probably. Yeah, Apollo's strong, right? So there is a cart that you could like let some people ride in.
I'm gonna.
I would say that it will only increase your speed slightly, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still going to take you about 3 days to get there.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to, make sure that we can all get there. Because if
He's
people
being
are
a nice guy.
Yep.
are wounded, they may slow us down if they try to walk the whole way.
Okay, you notice
Or
that
die.
the several there's a couple of the people that are taking the cart, willing to take the cart because they're pretty like injured, but
Right. Yep.
but you notice that and Alexandria, his wife, does get on the cart with the injured people to kind of like see to them a little bit.
Yep.
But you notice
Okay.
that Kivan and Mia of Embla, the two nobles, specifically do not ride in the cart.
Okay.
And I would say that probably it makes you feel a little bit better about nobles as far as what you might think about nobles. Well, maybe not
Right.
maybe not you so much, but some people who might.
Yeah, you is
'Cause-
like, yeah, I wouldn't
'cause-
ride in that thing either.
but-
I'd rather walk than ride in that cart.
It's so
Oh,
dirty.
does that make me look good? Oh, yeah, bro, I'm so worried about them. Yeah.
So, all right. Once we get underway, I will perform a moving right along song, in order to lift spirits and make it so even though it takes 3 days, it seems like mere 2.5 days for us to get there.
Are there provisions that we can take with us, or are we gonna have to stop and hunt on the road?
There were plenty of supplies in Adric's Folly that you could kind of grab and take with you.
Okay.
For provisions, which is good because the prisoners that remained alive that are with you are definitely hungry. They're
Right.
they're definitely
When
weren't
when
fed
we
well.
start sorting out provisions, I start pulling all the food out of my pockets and backpack that I've been picking up along the way.
So,
Okay.
do you just have the buffet laying in front of you now, Tindris? It's like, where the
Yeah.
heck was she putting this? She pulls some out of her bra, a couple of pieces of cornbread come out of there,
Couple melons.
couple
Thought,
melons.
just a
Yes,
thought,
Farkas.
right? If we have enough provisions to get us to where we need to go, enough to resupply us, we should make sure we don't leave anything left for if the Drow do come back, whatnot, that they're not already set up to stay here longer.
So you're gonna load
Set
up.
on
You're gonna
fire.
load up the cart with provisions, is what you're saying.
Well, as much
with-
as
with-
what we feasibly need.
With
if
like
we have-
with whatever you can fit plus the prisoners and such, right?
Yep,
Right.
Okay.
and destroy the rest.
You can
So-
clear out. I was gonna say you can clear out basically most of one of the storerooms for provisions type stuff. Which is we're gonna say 6 barrels of goods. I'm just gonna put goods for now. It'll be like some dried meats, some grains,
Right.
lesser perishable items, hardtack, that kind of thing.
Lentils, cans of old
Beans.
Beans,
rice.
yep, rice, yep. There you go. So yeah, so that kind of thing.
Cheeses last a long time and stuff like that.
And then
cheeses.
and you have enough, and there's enough like bags and of stuff that you can take and get. We'll say 4 large bags of goods as well, which would be like meats and cheeses and whatever, like the more perishable stuff, anyways. But
Right.
well, cheeses aren't that perishable, but you know what I'm saying.
Right. Cheeses, jerky, bread.
Yeah. Well, jerky won't go bad for a long
Yeah.
time.
What I'm saying is, I
It'll
don't
taste
wanna
like the bottom of a dry boot, but it won't go bad.
Right. It's jerky.
So you don't
I
want to
just
leave any
don't want to leave
provisions.
anything behind for the enemy,
Yeah.
the returning Drow to be able to have a decent foothold again. That's what I'm
Can we
saying.
blow it up?
Yeah. You're gonna set it on fire, though, right?
Set on fire or pour some.
Set it on fire?
Oh, I have burning hands. If we have some oil, I'll do that shit.
I was gonna say pour some oil on it and then set it on fire. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of oil and provisions of that kind of sort too around the thing.
Let's do it. Fire rolls. Let's do it.
Did you guys want to? I can give you. I thought I gave you a list, but maybe I didn't.
We actually burned Adric's folly to the ground.
You can burn it out, but you won't burn it
it's-
to the ground.
Yeah, it's fundamentally stone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take all the wood out.
Okay, somebody has a javelin that returns to their hand. Yes.
Me. It's me.
Okay. All right.
Silver
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that's
Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Somebody got a bag of holding.
No? We got
Sure.
a bag of holding?
Yes, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a bag of holding.
all
Okay.
got
So
Everybody
anyways, in the royal suites where you and Farkas were focused, you found a magical battle axe. I don't know if you remember that. You found a bag of holding. Oh yeah, Tina was the one that actually found it, because remember, Tina, I said you found a bag, a strange-looking bag, but you thought you might know what it was. It was
Oh,
it was a
that's
bag of
right.
holding. I
Identified.
never told you what it was, but it was a bag of holding.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
And then I gave you the copper pieces and gold pieces and silver pieces in there. And the battle axe was a +1 battle axe, by the way.
I'm assuming Minotaur wants that. Can anybody else use a +1 battle axe?
Nope.
Probably Apollo is the only other one,
Nope.
but I don't know
Doesn't
that
the
he
moose
would.
have like a axe of returning anyway?
The moose.
There's a javelin of returning. Do you
Moose.
want the
Oh, I
battle
thought he had an axe one too.
Moose. No. I
Silver-
use my axe as an axe of returning sometimes, but that's because my ability,
Hey.
my special ability.
Hey, Yue, watch me
Okay.
pull a rabbit out of my hat!
Yue will say, "Oh yeah, by the way, back in that room, there's a magical battle axe if you want it."
He
Terry
kept.
just casually, like, we just left it there. What am I gonna do with a battle axe?
She looked at me, I looked at her, and I was like,
Nope.
Hey, Kellen, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Nothing up a sleeve.
So do either of you want it?
Crypto. Don't know moans strength.
John?
Yeah, I'll take the battle axe. Yeah.
Okay, +1 battle axe then, Brian said. So it is the moof that runs back for it.
The moose.
I'm not a moose.
No, you're M-O-O-F, moof. You're a Minotaur cow. Moof, moof, moof.
You know, like how a dog says wolf, except moo.
You guys are gonna get slapped upside the head one of these days, and you're not gonna like it.
You'll be alright.
You don't know that I won't like it. Sorrel
After
says.
all,
Sorrel says.
I know you'll like it.
after all,
Yeah,
how can
you
you
want
be
to
Sir-
backhand her and tell her to quit being smart.
Sorrel says, I don't think he could hit me hard enough anyway.
I just walk over to Sorrel and slap her across the face.
After all, how can you be upset?
She says,
with this?
she says, now, quit flirting. I think your friend will get jealous.
Imagine this
Shut
clanky sound as he hits with
Kong!
Klong.
Okay, I'm looking for the storerooms and trying to find out where that went. Is it up here?
I missed.
Oh, it's down here. Yeah, so there's no
I must
Klong
roll-
except where you hit the
I
wall.
must have rolled like a 1.
Okay, so
What did I
furniture.
roll again? No, I rolled a 2. To get a 9, I had to roll a 2.
Yeah, you guys got everything that was like normal, like listed stuff. But I'm trying to. There's a storage area type thing. Is this it? Parlors and offices? No. Quartermaster's office, barracks, stables. Oh, so that's in the stables. There's a carriage, but you'd probably be better with a cart. Because I don't.
Could the nobles
I
have
don't
a
know that.
carriage?
I don't know that even if you tried to pull a carriage, if you and Apollo could even pull a carriage, especially one filled with stuff.
Oh.
But you could
Yeah,
definitely pull a
maybe not.
cart. I mean,
You know,
you
it
could
might
pull a
be-
carriage. I'm not saying you guys together you couldn't pull a carriage, but at 5 feet around, you know.
Right, yeah.
We're gonna be
It
like,
may
we,
be worth healing if we've got one of these peasants. If any of them are like big strapping farm lads or whatnot, healing that guy to have him help pull the cart might.
Were you guys going to take any of the stuff from the armory?
Isn't that where we found the javelin?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. But there's 150 long swords, 150 suits of splint mail, and 150 light steel shields. Now you probably can't
Throw
take
them
all
down
of
below.
that. Probably can't take all of that and the provisions, as well as the people. In the cart. That's But you could take a lot of that and put it in the bag of holding. You could probably take several of those, put them in a bag of holding. You could probably take not the suits of splint mail, but you could probably take the 150 longswords, or you could take 150 light steel shields, or you could split between the two, or you could take 50 of each or 20 of each or something along those lines.
Does the Gallican estate actually have weapons stock there?
They have some stuff, but it's more of an estate than a like this was set up to be like we're getting ready to go to war kind of thing. So.
I mean, if we're gonna take them and to the estate and leave them there in case we get attacked for supplies for ourselves, I think that's great. Otherwise, I think there are probably better things that can go in the bag of holding, things that are worth more money. Of course, we also could take the swords and throw them down the shitter so that the Drow can't get to them. But if we catch the building's on fire, they're all gonna be buried. So, just some thoughts there.
ask Mr. Gallican how many able fighting men would he have at his estate.
He
We
says.
can determine how much gear to take with us based off of that.
He
We
says.
don't have to unnecessarily burden ourselves and bring them back all.
He says. I have no idea. He says. I was at I was at the celebration of light. I was at the the ceremony. He says we were at the ceremony when we were taken. So he's like, I don't know what has become of the estate. He says, I guess it could be bad. I didn't
Just
think
crawling the Drow.
I didn't think of that. He says
Before you left, how many able-bodied men were at your estate that could possibly help defend it?
he says
That's all I need to know.
he says not many. We had 2 guards.
That's it.
2.
Yeah, so we're an estate out in the middle of nowhere. What do you think is going to attack this? A big, it is a formidable state. It's not like orcs were showing up on our doorstep every so often. He's like, no, it's we had about 2 guards and we had like servants and he's like among the servants there's probably 5 that could fight.
I'm gonna whisper to UA, do you think this dude learned his lesson?
Probably crawling with
He's like,
Drow.
he's like, we're a little farm estate. We're nobles, but we're nobodies.
Nobody.
Everybody that is going should take what they feel comfortable using.
I'm gonna tell him take it from me, since I'm noble, sort of.
You mean the commoners?
It's the,
Yes.
the nobles they come for first, dude.
The commoners will all take a longsword. Well, you know, we'll say they all have a longsword, and they will all have, and the nobles themselves too, will all, you know, take one longsword, and then they will have, they will all, you know, like half of them will take a shield. Kivan will take a suit of split mail, or was it split mail? Yeah, split mail. Kivan will take a suit of split mail and put it on. Other than that, nobody is proficient with armor, and none of the people that have the weapons are proficient with them, except for maybe
Right.
Kivan.
Okay.
Well, they can at least try to defend themselves.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you think Mia of Embla has had some sword training as well, but probably as a noble, like fencing, or you know, like she'd be more comfortable with a rapier.
Right, I get that.
But you figure she could probably hold her own against something, and you feel like, at least if nothing else, these guys have their spirit kind of crushed a little bit, but you know they have some fighting spirit, or else they wouldn't have been able to take down the Drow they did.
Right.
I mean, it was one Drow. There was like 18 or 20 of these dudes. There's like 10 now.
Yeah.
Including the 3 nobles. And you know, basically one Drow, you know, took out basically, well, one and a half, 2 Drows took out basically the other people, you know, because he said that basically one Drow, or the Drow took out whoever, they overwhelmed one and one ran off.
Right.
Well, I say we grab like 5 or 6 suits of armor, a fair amount of arrows if they have arrows, or bolts, or crossbows, you know, and anything that's left, like UA said, dump them down the privy, get rid of them, so they can't easily have access to them.
Also,
So-
all the suits, like there are some bolts, but like crossbow bolts and some broken crossbows. No real crossbows, but there are like some. But all the bolts and the swords and the armor and the shields are all rusty. You know, like they haven't been used or whatever, and they've been sitting a while, but they're still serviceable.
Okay.
Well, we restocked on ammo like a couple sessions ago anyway.
Right.
Didn't we,
Yep,
from
yep.
the yeah. So
I'm good on that stuff.
What they're
But you know, none of them would be adept at using a crossbow, really, either. You know, like
Right.
gotcha.
they'd get one shot every 2 rounds, that kind of thing.
This is probably a stupid question, but
Okay.
at least with the noble dude that's sort of but not really freaking out, is there like anything I can do, since my character is sort of noble, to like, I don't know, give him more confidence or something, or at least trust in us?
You know your
Like
mother.
a noble kind of thing.
Wait, do we have a canon name for your like mother's last name?
We don't.
All right, hold on.
I'm up for making one up on the fly.
All right, you want to make up one? You go for it.
Oh shit, I'm not good with elf names.
Oh well, you're the one that said so you're up for me making up one.
So
No, before I realized I wasn't good with elf names.
Okay. Well, no, but it would be your father's, like, you know, it'd be your mother's married name, so your father's name, whatever, or you could give your mother's maiden name, but
Shit, do Republicans work like Norse, where it's like guy, son of, as a last name, or do they work more like?
sometimes. but
Totally based on.
Rebalkans, yes, yeah. Let's see. Where
Elven
am I?
name or a non-elven name?
Well, the
It'd
dad's
be
if we're
it'd be
going-
a human name because it'd be the mirrored name probably is what he's looking for.
yeah.
No.
Vessalon.
Apollo Vassalon.
Vessalon. Vestleon.
Veseleon. Are you good with
Kind
that?
of like Vaseline, but
Like Vest.
Like that?
Yeah.
Vaseline, good. We can call him that. So
Hold on, I'll type it.
I got
Yeah,
that.
Vessalon.
Yeah.
or-
Give it, Rich.
Is that good there?
Yeah, that'll work.
I mean, I feel like a name like Vaseline would be pretty slick.
It would take me too long to come up with the last
Oh shit!
word, so let's just roll with
All
it.
right, so Vestalon. Okay, so when you mention oh Vestalon, okay, Vestalon. Okay, so when you mention Vestalon, he says yes,
No.
yes, I knew your your father. He says
I'm gonna hide the ground.
he says
Not let him see it.
he says that armor you wear, he says it seems familiar somehow. He says there's no matter. He says I don't think your father was a fan of us Rebalkans that much. Even though I guess technically he is a Rebalkan.
Would it be weird if I say, well, my dad was kind of a dick, but I mean, I'm here, so
He says
his name was Richard.
whatever the old timey English way of saying that
he
is.
smiles and pats you on the shoulder and he says, and so you are. He says, and I can see. He says, I can see you are definitely take after your mother more. He says, which no offense to your father, but I am more amicable toward. He says, although your mother was an elf, and so they are known for being fair. he says,
I feel like I should be offended.
he
because
says your father not so much.
Stop creeping on the guy's mom, man.
I feel like I should be offended because it's not just me. Is this dude basically saying he wants to hook up with my mom?
No.
Sounds like it.
He's saying that everyone wants to hook up with your mom.
And everybody wants to, or everybody has.
No, everybody wants to. Everybody wants to. That's
Oh.
because she's elvish, Ooh, but no. Anyway, so
Yeah.
anyway,
I don't know what about that.
yeah.
Don't cut his head off. Don't cut his head off. Don't cut his.
All right, so
Well, I mean, they do live a long time.
That NPC totally made it weirder than it needed to be. Okay.
no. It's because you don't understand the old English way. So the how you said the old English way of saying a dick, basically saying somebody was fair would be saying that they were pretty and that they're somewhat respected. The elves are known for being pretty and respected.
Okay.
At least to Rebalkans.
So this isn't a case where I should whoop his ass for saying he wants to sleep with my mom.
No,
No,
he's just
no.
saying your mom was a lady.
She's a lady.
He's saying your mom was he's saying that your mom was a better representative of a noble than
Of
your
your-
father was.
Okay, a better representative of your family.
But without trying to just straight out insult your father, because he doesn't know how you would react to that, even though you did just call him a dick, even though somebody somebody calls their father a dick, doesn't mean you come out and go, yeah, he was a real huge frickin' prick,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
it might not go over well.
If I call him that.
It's okay if you call your family bad names, but it's not okay for other people to call
Right,
you
it's that whole
bad names.
pecking order thing.
I imagine it was probably like that back in the old days, probably as far back as ancient Greece too, if I had to take a guess.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, I don't know for sure. My interest in that history was more in the mythologies rather than the actual.
If
date.
you say my family member's fucking cows, regardless of whether it's true or not, does not mean that you get to say it.
Right. Doesn't mean you can say it. Only I can say it.
Says
Now that I got
the Minotaur, yeah.
And now that I got the Hebrew Hammer movie stuck in my head, which is an amazing movie, and you should watch it.
I think I've seen that. Is that a martial arts movie?
No.
Oh,
it's,
okay, never mind then.
It's
I've
a
not seen it.
comedy spoof of like the old film noir stuff, like Hammer, like the old black and white Private Eye. Film
Yeah,
noir
yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yep.
Just the main character is Jewish, hence why it's called Hebrew Hammer.
Okay,
It's like,
so
but it's making fun of all that stuff.
your travel speed is about 18 miles a day. It's 40 miles to the Gallican estate, so you'll arrive probably morning to afternoon on the third day, and that's usually like
40 miles to Gallic.
40 miles to the Gallic, to the Gallican. It's cold. It's cold. Sorry, go ahead. What was that?
I was gonna say if you take pass without trace. So
You're gonna cast Pass Without Trace
yeah.
on you and
People's like good for.
Well, mine's a
10.
30-foot radius.
it's a 10 people though is the max. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's 2024. Hold on.
Yeah, 2024.
Yeah, that's 2024. Yep. Yeah, so it's 10 people. So the spell should be still based on the 2014 version.
Okay, well now I won't use it then.
But it is plus 10. It is plus 10 dexterity to stealth and leave no tracks. But it's limited to 10 people. But you do have. What's that?
Because I thought it was a 30-foot radius thing and it would just cover everybody. So
I think let me double check, but yeah, it's the whole 2024 versus whatever.
what?
Would it work on the cart?
Well, that's what I was
If
gonna
the
say.
co-
I was gonna say that. Okay, you go ahead and tell me
If the-
what it's gonna do, John.
No, I was asking
Right, and I'm trying to answer. So,
if the cart had less than 10 people in it, was the rest of my question.
okay. What?
Would it work on the cart if the cart had less than 10 people on it?
Why does
In-
how many people in the cart matter if it's on the cart?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I'm just, if it works on 10, up to
You are
10
crazy.
people, if he cast it on
Almost
the people
as
in the
crazy
cart,
as me.
if it cast it on the people in the cart, would it include the cart because they're in the cart?
If you cast it on the people in the cart, it would include the people in the cart.
But it wouldn't include the cart itself.
It would include the idea that the cart didn't leave any tracks.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Yes.
So
But wouldn't it make more sense to cast on like one person in the cart, and then the cart wouldn't leave any tracks, and then cast on everybody that's walking so they didn't leave any tracks?
That makes good sense.
I mean, that would be my thought process on that. Okay, yeah, Veil of Shadows, masking you. Oh, it is. It's the same in 2014. So it is. It's not a maximum of 10. It's anybody within 30 feet of you. Oh, okay, yeah. So for each creature that you choose within 30 feet of you, has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity checks and cannot be tracked except by magical means. Creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. So yeah, so anybody in the cart even would include the thing because, you know, it's in the 30-foot radius, just like you said. But also the idea is that if they have this spell cast on you and you're using whatever kind of passage, if you leave no traces of your passage, it has to be whatever kind of passage that is. You know?
Oh, okay. Yep.
I would say that since a horse is a separate creature, that it might, you know, it would also cover the horse, obviously, but you know what I'm saying, that like it would leave tracks before the cart you were in would, kind of thing in a way. So yes, so you can do that, Daniel.
Okay.
And that's
I'll do that.
plus 10 to everybody's dex stealth checks, if you need them. And it lasts for how long? An hour?
Yeah, I think so.
And can you
would
do
be
that?
enough to get us?
Can you do that at will?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
What?
it's an elf street thing.
A what?
It's an elf street.
An elf trait. So you can recast it every hour.
I think so, yes.
Okay, because I don't think that's a normal elf trait, but I mean it could be. I think that has something to do with something else. If you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Sneaky elf stuff. Ooh.
Sneaky elf things, sneaky private elf things that you're not privy to be aware of. Jeez, what's wrong with you people?
Dandruss's secret. Tee.
All right, all right. So, which makes me realize why I gave you that elf thing. Okay. All right. So you guys are traveling for quite a while. So there were 10 people, three of which are okay. So let me see. Roll. Actually, somebody else wanted to make a random roll. Who wants to make a random roll?
Sure.
Rich. I called Rich first. I'm sorry. Sorry, John.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Rich, you make a random roll, and you're going to roll 1d4, and that is how many Rebulkans aside from the nobles stay off. Okay, 4. So there's actually only 3 aside from the one noble. There's only 3 Rebulkans riding the cart that are injured that they have to ride the cart. Or so injured that they elect to ride the cart, let's say that. So 4 of them are perfectly able to walk. And they might switch out from time to time, like to get a little rest here and there, which you all can kind of do that as you guys are traveling along. At no point in time does Kivon ever get into the cart. And you can tell too by the end of day 2, you can tell he's struggling.
Oh wait, is he bloody? Is he at half health? Joy will know.
No, he's just
Ah, darn it. Wearing out.
Sore. Everybody started out the first night basically with a level of exhaustion. By the second night, you guys are, there's no levels of exhaustion, but
wasn't he healed back to full though? He was the guy that ran up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you gotta remember, they also weren't well fed though either.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
yeah, they're more well fed on the trip than they were at the place. Okay,
So
so
they're
I'm gonna
already
I'm gonna roll 1d4, and it's 4. Okay.
Rig.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to roll that high. I was hoping I didn't roll that
Does
high.
a 1d4? Does a
What
4 off
did
a
you do,
1d4
Brian?
count?
So, partway through the second evening, as you guys are traveling, you guys are harried by a troll or two.
Okay.
And the
Harry
trolls end up killing 4 of the refugees.
Oh.
Well, that sucks.
And for ease of use, we'll just say 3 of the ones that were injured already on the cart. We'll say 1 of those and 3 of the others. So you have 2 injured, and then however many are left now. 4 weren't injured, so you have 2 injured and or two injured left. 1 of them died, and then how many's left out of the 10? 2 from 4 from 7 is 3. Thank you. Jeez. Yeah. So there's three others that are left, anyways. Right? I think that's right. I don't know. There's a couple left.
I check with the DM to see what the number is on that.
Right?
He should know.
Well, 10 minus 4 is 6. Minus 3 is 3. So yeah, so there's three that aren't the nobles that are left, and then the 3 nobles.
Okay.
Regardless,
they know how to hide.
yeah. Regardless, yeah, and in the battle that ensued, you feel like that the people in the cart were in no condition to defend themselves at all, but you feel like Alexandria, the noble that was in the cart with them, did the best she could, and probably better than most would against the troll. And at any rate, so let me do something real quick here.
So is she alive or eaten?
She's alive. And I know it's a hand wave, but also because of that battle that ensued and whatever, the harrying of the troll, you guys also get hold on, I gotta divide it. There are 6 of you, right?
Yes.
You guys also get 300 XP each.
Yay!
I know that was a kind of a hand wave, and you guys might want to rather do the battle, but this is a quicker way of getting the travel done.
300. Where's my experience point on the sheet?
To be 23,347.
23,347, something like that.
Yes.
Okay, day 1. Oh, see, I did this in the wrong way. Okay. By far the quickest route away from the castle is the path south, which is the road. What do you want to know, Daniel? Did you say something?
Nice healing.
Oh, okay. Which eventually connects with the North Road, groups it, past the chapel, groups it, no.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, so, and then the second leg of the journey, which is day 2, the road runs along the river, the forest thins, and you have a choice on how best to cross the river. With the wagon, it's a little bit unwieldy, but it's essentially just like a big stream, because obviously the river that's on the map is not the river you're crossing. Like the river you're crossing is not big enough to make this map, essentially.
I remember the last time I got wet.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't like it.
So give me a survival check.
Everybody?
Whoever's pulling the cart. So Apollo and between Apollo and the Minotaur, Silverhorns. What decide who's gonna make a okay.
I got a 20.
It's a good thing you got. It's a good thing you got a 20. Is all I'm going to say on that one, because you didn't let me finish and you jumped the gun.
Sorry.
Because otherwise, you could have done it at advantage. But since you were muscling Apollo along, then you're fine, I guess. But anyways, so you were able to cross the ford with no problems. Basically, you locate a spot that the cart can get through a little bit easy. And about halfway through the ford, you see some little, like, I don't know, like water fairies maybe pop up out of the water, and they're like, "Hey, what you doing there? What's going on?"
Hi, little guys.
We're swimming here.
And you notice they look like they're made out of water, and they look kind of like imps. And he's like, you're messing up my house here. What are you doing? You're messing up my house. You don't just bring a big cart through someone's house.
I'm sorry. I'm moving these people. They're hurt. We have to get them over this river so they can go to the estate.
He says, these people aren't none of my concern. I could care less about these people. You're ruining my house.
I said I was sorry.
He's like, oh, that ain't going to cut it. He's like, what are you going to do about it?
Is your house made out of water?
He says, well, yeah, obviously.
I can't fix water. I'm made out of metal.
He's like, yeah, and I can tell you big metal hoofs in the middle of my living room. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll be through in a minute, and then you can fix the house.
Like, oh, so that seems about right. That's how you surface dwellers are. You just go through, wreck shit, and then expect other people to fix up and clean up after you're done. Yep, okay.
And you want me to make you?
And he says, I think
to make you a metal house or a wooden house.
He says, I think we should take him out now, boys, and take out the other humans he was talking about too.
Well, just a minute. Let me get them across, and then we'll talk about it.
Wait, what?
On the other side and stand there and clean my nails. Like, what the hell?
I said, let me get this card across, and I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Just kill him.
Hang on a second. I gotta find that little spot there. Where'd it go? Where did it go, man? It's one of the. We'll just use this because this was.
They didn't step in your house. I stepped in your house.
No, you put a whole cart in their house, but that's okay. I mean,
I'll come over and say I will ask what problem is.
Hold on, what was that? There was like four voices going at once. What was that, Daniel?
I said that I will come over. Yes, I will come over and speaking in Fey, I will take and ask what the problem is and how reparations may be made.
And he says, well, you're destroying and walking on my stuff here, and you're pulling a whole cart over it for crying out loud. Look, I'm not very big. You see him, he's like you thought he was maybe a fairy or an imp.
Yeah.
But he is, very small, so you assume his house is probably very small. So, marching a cart through the middle of it is... Anyway, we're gonna put you guys in the water here. 1 second. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. I got you on the wrong thing.
Yes.
Okay, here's Callan. Put you there. Where is Apollo? Who's gonna be at the front of the thing with silver horns? And Tindris.
Yep.
And where is UA though? I don't know. I don't see him.
Where did you put me?
I don't. Oh, there he is. Okay. I'm always confused because you got the other name like there too. So.
UA it's technically his last name. So.
Yeah, but I'm always confused by the first name because I'm looking for Y and it's an X. So. All right. Who am I missing besides the commoners? That anybody? You hear?
Farkas?
Oh, Farkas. Okay, and you see Spike yipping from the shoreline. Then you see Spike teleport to the other shoreline and yip from that shoreline.
Okay. I said, all right. So you didn't need my help. Good job, Spike. I thought you might need help.
I don't know why it's not coming up. Oh, it's showing, but it's not showing. Maybe I need to refresh. Maybe. I hope. Well, let me try to refresh real quick. Do. He's like, well, if you're offering reparations, he's like, that's a different story there. He's like, me and the boys here, we'll go easy on you. I mean, we don't want to fight any more than you do, but you can't just plow through somebody's house and expect them to be okay with it. If any of you want to make a nature check, or even a survival check, you could.
In the middle of where the road would be. if they're not here to try to bully people. Just saying.
I'll try to make a survival check again.
You know when you got a 10.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, this one's not an advantage, so anybody can make it.
I made a 19. I'll be like, let me get this card across, and I'll come back and we'll see what we can do about reparations.
Nope.
I'm just gonna be singing a nice song, and in order to try to calm things from a pleasant performance, playing sounding like water.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Stuff
go
like
to
that.
the other side of the river. I'm gonna just cross. You said we could wade over it.
Yeah. It's only like a little bit like calf deep for most of you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
Like, I'm not
no pun
wet,
intended
so-
for the cow, for the minotaur. I mean, calf deep.
Yeah, it looked like it knocked you out of the way. So we're headed to the north side.
South.
Ah.
South side, UA.
Did I go the wrong way? Oh, south side. Okay, sorry. I went.
You're coming from north to the south. Yep.
Oop.
You can't move my token.
You can't move your token.
We cannot move my token.
I don't know why your token doesn't have a thing on it. Hold on. Oh wait, I know why. Because I did the thing. Hold on 1 second. Let me
Yeah,
see.
you're doing your thing.
You can't.
Yeah, Brian's doing the thing.
It's because I did the 2024 thing. Hold on. Tinderous, where you at?
You do.
Okay, can you move
just
it? Can you move it
disappeared.
now? Yeah, I know. I had to get rid of you to get you back. Otherwise, there's just
Nope,
two of you on the
disappeared.
thing that you can't move. It's,
So can't move it.
hold on 1 second.
Hey, I need to step away for a bit.
All right.
Just movie as needed.
9:30. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
okay.
All right,
Okay.
1 second. We're gonna make. Hold on. H for hit points, Brian. H. AC.
You can do it, Brian.
Update. Dynamic lighting. Night vision. Vision. First give a vision. Vision. Night vision. Oh wait, it's 60 for. I think it's for. I think it's 90 for you. I think. Come on, man. Roll 20. You're drunk. Go home. All right. Can you move it now, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So before we move, whatever, we're gonna be here. You're gonna be this way, if anything. Apollo and you are at the front of a cart, so you can't just like walk away from the front of the cart if you're pulling the cart. 1 second.
So-
What in the heck is going
Wait.
on? I keep hearing a thing coming from your end of the thing, and I'm guessing it's the voice thing, Daniel, but it keeps like doing some kind of like weird
It's,
thing.
It's like, boop, boop.
Yeah, it's like keeps going. Oops.
Yes.
yeah, I'll turn it off then.
And I keep. That's why I was like, when I said, "Did you say something?" I thought it was you actually saying something.
Yeah, sometimes it breaks up a little bit.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Why is okay? You get a little irritated. Does everybody see a cart there or no?
No.
No.
Okay, I don't. I would say I don't see a cart either, and that's the problem. But hold on, let's see. Let me try refreshing again because I also put
There are
Spike.
not hearts.
I also put Spike on the map, and Spike did not appear.
Ah.
And I actually put him on the map twice, and he didn't appear twice. But when I did the selection of the area that he was in, it appeared like he was there. Like the little things popped up for his. You know how you have the health bar and all that. Oh, there's a oh, and see, he's still there. Like if I go here, if you go to selection, Callan, and you go select the square that's to your south west. Oh no, without selecting your own character, of course. If you select that square, like the bottom half of that square, it'll pop up with a like a health bar thing. That's weird. All right, or maybe it's just because I'm doing the selection. I don't know. We'll get rid of it. Ignite Irritation.com.
Yeah, roll 20 tutorial portion.
Yeah, right. You have a whole tutorial and you run Roll20 just so you can do this. Anyway, so what do you off? Oh, Daniel stepped away too. Guess we could have done another
9:30, everyone's gotta
BRB.
pee.
Everybody got a pee.
Sorry about that.
What I was just gonna ask you, what are you saying to them, or like what did you say to like offer like appeasement or whatever?
Well, I asked them what they would want in reparations.
Oh,
You extended the olive branch.
they basically say they say I don't know what you got. You know, I mean, you know, somebody's gotta pay for this. You know, I mean, we need something.
I will.
How much does water cost?
I will pull out a shiny blue marble and go, I got a pretty shiny rock here.
A shiny blue marble, huh?
Yep.
He's like, ooh, that's kind of nice. You got any more things like that?
Well, I could give you like 5 of these of different colors.
He's like, you're trying to sweet talk me there. Okay, all right, I can do it.
I go here. I got a green one and a yellow one.
And you see him. He comes up and he gets one like 5 of them or whatever, and hands them out to his buddy. Oh, look at this! And they go talking amongst themselves, and it appears that they've just even forgotten that you're there.
Good one.
I smoke. You have to know how to handle fairies.
So what I will say is, who made the good survival checks?
I did.
Or
Silverhorns.
nature check. Okay, Farkas, you made a 15. Silverhorns made a 19. Yeah. So okay. So Farkas and Silverhorns, you know that these are water methods.
Oh yeah.
They're fairly chaotic in nature. Not always specifically evil, but yeah, these guys seem to be happy with the baubles that they got. So
Bobbles.
the baubles.
Okay.
I
Marbles.
like to carry around. I like to carry around a bag of marbles and caltrops because they're useful.
Okay. Beginning of the 3rd day. Do I have that in here? Beginning of the 3rd day.
3 days later.
Just as you're about to cross to the Gallican estate, you come across a bridge. As you're crossing the bridge, you hear, who's that tripping over my bridge?
It is I, Silverhorns. Who is it that asks?
He says, the name's Bog. And you see up over the edge of the bridge, you see a rather large, swampy looking troll with some like vegetation growing off of him. And he's
Don't
got
we have the owners of the estate here? Do you guys know about this guy?
he's like no he's like the estate's up a bit further, but these guys we don't usually go north. He's like, I guess perhaps we're unaware. He says listen, Bog, we own the estate up ahead. He says, I notice you're carrying a rather hefty looking deer leg there. We generally have a good store of provisions. Perhaps if you could let us through. anyone want to help him out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's food in the
I will
bag,
give-
so.
I'll give him inspiration of a bardic nature
All right. Let's find this noble guy.
if he's
here.
going to do a persuasion. He's got it anyway, whatever he wants to do with it.
Noble. Where is he? Where are you, noble? There he is. And he will be up with you guys, because...
I mean, I can kind of step up and say also, he is definitely, and we've been with him. He's certainly has the money to back that up. He is he ain't pulling your chain on that one.
All right, so we'll give him a charisma check. Persuasion, there we go. Persuasion. What's your bardic inspiration? D6 or...
I'm at 7th. I'm trying to. Does it bump up yet to?
At 7th? I think you're at
I'd
D8,
have to-
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, D8. I think.
Is it D8? I'm not sure. Let me see. Bard. It should say on your sheet, I think.
Hold on. I'm just looking. I'm acquainting with the new sheet because obviously that's what we're doing.
Well, you can use your old sheet.
For the-
But yeah. Remember, 2024
I gotta
was
get off.
optional. But yes.
Yeah, I still have to go through it since I gotta do it all by hand.
Yeah, you can't do it probably the way that your thing is set up.
Probably not.
Because the
but I like
2024
those
sheet
new
is
rules
not
for
as-
sorcerer.
Yeah, the 24. Yeah, you could do that part, but the 2024 sheet is not equipped to do the things the right way. So,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Right. We kind of have to have a. It is now at.
bardic inspiration.
Says D6, but I didn't check.
Oh, still
the-
D6.
That's just what it says on the sheet. That's what it says
Okay,
on the
bardic
sheet.
inspiration. 10 minutes. 5th level turns to a D8. Okay, so 5th level, so it's a D8 now.
Yeah, it hasn't updated on the sheet yet.
Yep.
Okay.
And then 5th level, D10 at 10th level, and D12 at 15th. So a D8. So we'll roll D8. Oh gosh, 12. Oh gosh, that's not good. Let me throw a troll on there real quick, because gotta see what
Yeah,
they're
Glare at him
looks-
menacingly and see if I can intimidate him into taking the order.
gotta see what they're. Oh wait, you were gonna help him though. So hold on, let me do that persuasion check again, because I don't know what happened there. Oh, I hit initiative. That's why. Okay, so 19 with 1 is a 20. Okay, so there is good. So since you gave him some help there, he got a 20, and the troll goes, "Oh, you've got shiny things? That seems right. Okay." He says, "Yeah, me and the boy, we'll be over there some point in time." And he says, "Hey, go on through. I like you lot."
Hey, Bog.
Warn him about the Drow.
Hello, Bog.
And he says, "Nice to meet
Bog
you. Nice to meet you."
control.
And you see him kind of like duck down, and like you can tell he goes back under the bridge type thing. Yeah, so this is the typical troll bridge. And then there's 3 billy goats that go by.
I was gonna say
So-
we're on the goats.
Yeah. We ought to dealt with
So
you,
we have one
Bog.
big cow instead.
We ought to dealt with you, Bog. Fuck you. Anyway, that was a. You don't want to mess with us. Sorry, Mr. Goat. Anyway.
Yeah.
They seem very gruff.
Those
Space
screaming
Patrol.
goats.
Okay. So you leave the main road. You follow a much smaller one through the hilly countryside, bereft of forest. Ahead, the Gallican estate sits atop a low rise, promising safety. It's a small country manor, only a single story tall, and clearly intended to house no more than a dozen people comfortably. A low stone wall encircles the property, and while some areas are in visible disrepair, it remains high enough to keep out passing wildlife. Yeah. So yeah. So, anyways, that is where we're at. There has to be some outages here real quick, so we're gonna stop there because it's a good stopping point. And I will. I don't know if I have the Gallican Estate map uploaded yet or not. Yes, I do. So we're gonna put you on the Gallican Estate map. If I can find where you guys are to begin with. And then we will pick back up right there from the Gallican Estate in 2 weeks. We do have something coming up. Dark Wizard Games has elected to sponsor us for some stuff, and we're gonna do a Dark Wizard Games adventure or 3 or 2 or 3.
Nice.
And they sent us a bunch of free content to use for the thing, and they're actually sending me a physical copy that I can show on the stream. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. I don't know why this is all blurry as heck. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, is it broken? All right, so you guys will basically when you round the rise and come back up to the basically you round a rise and come back northward to go into the estate, essentially. Hang on, I don't know why it's Roll20's being a pain in my butt. Okay, quit Roll20. I'm gonna send you to your room. All right, 1 second, and I'll throw you guys all on there. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Can you guys see the map? Probably
Yes.
not, right? Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah. It just got clear.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so Callan and Farkas and Tindris, which I didn't update your thing probably, so you can't move your guy because I'm an idiot.
I can.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Silverhorns. UA. And I think. Oh, and Apollo. Oh, come on. Let me grab Apollo. There you go. Don't be nervous that I'm grabbing you, Apollo. You'll like it. Just go with it. Anyway, all right. So you guys are all on the map, kind of going on a.
John liked it at the very least.
Let it.
That's what I tell.
Just-
That's what I tell Brian's character every time I cast Vortex Warrior.
Yeah. He says. No. What do you say, John? When you cast Vortex.
I touch him. I say, just let it happen.
Just let it happen. I've got this big Goliath battle master, and he's like a gnome wizard.
I know.
And every time he casts a vortex warp on me, it makes me nauseous. So he's like, just let it happen. You know, it's not creepy at all. Anyway, so
and I usually say it in his mind through Rory's.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So
That's not creepy.
I just come touch him.
that's
say
it.
in his mind, just let it happen.
That's in my in real life, like an in person game where we do Rime of the Frost Maiden. All right, so yeah, it's pretty funny. Anyway, all right, so there's like you can see basically, if you guys can see the map, I don't have any dynamic lighting on it, but you can kind of basically get the layout of the whole place. There's a stables. That is also the stable is also currently empty. The grounds, basically, the walls are around 2.5 feet high around the outer, wall. 2.5 feet high, 6 inches thick. There's like kitchen, several bedrooms, dining room, all that stuff. So you kind of get the idea from like looking at it. I don't know why I only have a night map apparently, but it would be like it would be probably afternoon when you first get there. Like late afternoon, just going into evening, maybe, like not dark at all. Well, yeah, it wouldn't be dark yet. So, but maybe dark in 2 to 3 hours. But at any rate, so that's where we are with that.
All right.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. We're finishing up.
We're getting ready to wrap it up.
Gotcha.
Yes. Where are you? Where are you? I had another thing open. Oh, there it is. Okay. So like looking for my outro monologue thingy doodle miss. All right. Well.
I'm
All right.
fading.
All right. You and future people and all you people who got to get out of here in 15 minutes. Thanks for joining us here on Action Surge, where imagination collides with the roll of dice. We battle fearsome foes, forge unforgettable memories together, and as the session draws to a close, remember the journey never truly ends. Keep rolling those dice, weaving those tales. Farewell, and don't forget to join Action Surge 5e on all the platforms, social media, and all that good stuff. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which is now X. And give us likes and subscribes. Check out our Patreon. All that good stuff. Join us on the Facebook group. Interact with us there. Join us on Discord. And until next time, may all your actions surge.
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 Gather round, adventurers bold in the realm where tales unfold. The podcast of heroes, a quest divine, where imagination takes flight. Let's combine. Roll the dice, let the story begin. Monsters and magic, the battles within. From dragons to dungeons, a thrilling ride. Action Surge podcast where legends collide. Action Surge, it's time to embark.